What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Keep It Hoop YouTube channel. I wanted to make a shorter and a quick video just going over my thoughts on the hack of Ben Simmons strategy and everything that happened last night during the Wizards Sixers game. You know, the Wizards were able to fend off elimination and win game 4 122 to 114 at home. Some of the things that people were talking about, obviously there was the fan going onto the court. These fan incidences, just not only are they continuing, they seem to be getting worse. And it's really unfortunate, right? I think that the discussion around fans and how, we went so long without fans being allowed in arenas that maybe fans would have returned with, a kind of a newfound sense of appreciation to be just able to watch these great athletes. But it just seems like it's a new incident every night, and it's really disappointing to see. The Wizards, the big thing for them is that Davis Bertans, I think he strained his calf. Yeah, it's a grade 2 strain. He's going to be out 4 to 6 weeks. I know he wasn't necessarily playing great, but when you're playing a better team and you're playing a good defensive team with size like Philadelphia, you want all of your guys if possible. So that's, unfortunate for the Wizards. If you're the Sixers, though, obviously, and I get it, you obviously wanted to sweep the Wizards. You wanted, to continue to just be able to rest and prep for the next series, the winner of the Hawks-Knicks series. Some of it does depend on the severity of the soreness in Joel Embiid's knee and to see if he's all right. But I think they'll be fine. They'll probably win Game 5 and end the series. And it took a great night from Rui Hachimura, which one I'm happy about. Again, just being Japanese, big fan of that. And, another solid game from Bradley Beal and Russell Westbrook. And Joel Embiid missing a significant amount of time. And Tobias Harris having one of his worst shooting nights of the season for the Wizards to win. And only by a few points at that, right? So I don't think there's too much to panic about for the Sixers. I know they still have championship aspirations. And any team that has championship aspirations, they can go through losses like this. And at the end of the day, though, it all just comes down to Joel Embiid. That's the one thing, if you're a Sixers fan, you have to be a little bit cautious about given his injury history. You just want to make sure that he's as healthy as possible. But going to the actual Ben Simmons free throw thing, this is the one thing that I think holds him back from being a superstar. And that's not to say that other stars in the game, haven't been able to reach that status without being a good free throw shooter. Now, you look at guys like Shaquille O'Neal, Wilt Chamberlain back in the day. And then in today's game, you have Giannis, who's probably the best example of a superstar who's not a good free throw shooter, who can continue to dominate. Now, the thing with all three of those guys is that they are still very aggressive and great scorers in their own way. And a lot of them are able to play off the ball in one way or another. Now, they need the ball, right? Like Shaq, you want the ball in their hands. They're not going to spot up for threes, but they don't have to be the ones to initiate the offense, right? So you can get the ball to them at the end of shot clocks or close to the basket. Whereas Ben Simmons, a lot of times, he's the point guard for that Sixers team. He's the one facilitating the offense, getting guys shots, which means the ball has to be in his hands, not just, at the end of the shot clock, but early on in the shot clock even, which means, if it's a guy like Shaq or Giannis, usually you have to foul them when they're already going towards the rim or they're rolling or they're posting up. And if that's the case, it's easier to, try to get off a shot, get an and one. And again, those guys are still very relevant and dominant forces scoring the ball if you don't foul them. Whereas Ben Simmons, again, people have criticized his lack of scoring. And that part, if it, in a vacuum alone, I have no problem with. I think his ability to defend 1 through 5 is unheralded in today's NBA. Maybe Bam Adebayo, he's the one guy that really gives him a run, but both of those guys are up there kind of in a league of their own when it comes to defending all 5 positions. And then you have, his playmaking, obviously, his ability to also rebounding as well, but his ability to defend, rebound, and then play make at his size is really, really valuable for that 76ers team. Now, that being said, again, I think the fact that he needs to have the ball in his hands earlier on in the shot clock, and he wants to have it, sometimes away from the basket to be able to operate in space and to get guys involved and facilitate the offense. It's a lot easier to foul him without the risk of him, having an and one or anything like that. And, it's just so easy to take him out the game. And again, he's not a good free throw shooter, and it showed last night. He was 5 of 11 from the free throw line last night, under 50%, obviously not good. You know, in the first 3 games of the series, he hadn't made a single free throw. He was 0 for 9, so he was actually above average for the series, last night. But still, I mean, he's shooting, I think he is now at 25% free throw shooting on the series. He's a career 58% free throw shooter during the playoffs, and I think 59.7 during the regular season for his career. So he's obviously struggling. And if you're Washington, look, everything else hasn't, none of it's really worked, right? You play Embiid, one-on-one, it doesn't work. You send the double, still doesn't work. Tobias Harris, has had some really good games outside of last night. And Ben Simmons is still able to do a lot of the other things if you kind of just let him do what he does, which is, again, getting stops, getting out in transition, creating for guys, and finishing when he has the open floor. So, if you're Washington, a lot of times if you are a lower seed, you need to find creative ways to disrupt what the better team is doing, and I think this would be a great way to do it. I think the outcome of this series and just how long this series goes still ends up coming down to the 2 other things that I talked about before, which was Joel Embiid's health and I think also Tobias Harris. Like, I think even last night, even again with everything that happened, with Embiid missing time, Westbrook and Beal playing solid, Hachimura having a great game, and Ben Simmons going 5 of 11 and getting, the hack-a-shack treatment. If Tobias Harris makes 2-3 shots here and there and plays better and closer to what he's usually doing, the Sixers can win that game and sweep, right? So, again, I don't think the Sixers need to worry much. It's just stay focused on getting Embiid healthy. I think that this is something that the Sixers may have to deal with even going forward. Maybe when they face Milwaukee or Brooklyn or Atlanta or the Knicks, whoever they face. I think this is a strategy that obviously has its place when you're playing the Sixers. And I do think it is the one thing that's keeping Ben Simmons from being elite because, look, I think he's an all-star, good player. Again, his defense and rebounding, playmaking is phenomenal. But if you're not going to be a shooter, you still have to be able to score at certain points. And if a team can just completely take you out of a game offensively like this in a way that hurts your team so much and you're just giving away possessions and sometimes you're even considered a liability on offense, I just don't think you can be considered a superstar. And this is coming from, again, someone that believes Ben Simmons is a very good player and is rooting for him. But shorter video, my take on yesterday's game and everything that happened. Probably be back tomorrow or Thursday with another video, so stay tuned for that. Please remember to like, subscribe, share, and comment. Follow us on our social media pages. Links will be in the description below. Peace.